Welcome back to How to Souls. My name is Rach and today we're going to continue with our walkthrough of Dark Souls 3. Last time we tackled Osiros in the Consumed King's Garden and Champion Gundyr in the Untended Graves. So now we're going to take a trek to another side area, quite a notoriously well-known, infamous side area, and that is Archdragon Peak. So to get there we're going to go from Irithiel Dungeon. And let's just speed through this a little bit. Just in case you can't remember how to get there, I will sort of remind you. We'll go across here. We did pick up a gesture called Way of the Dragon, or is it Path of the Dragon? It's one of the two. Path of the Dragon. Way of the Dragon sounds like a heckin' Spyro game. Yeah, Path of the Dragon. So we'll head down here and we'll literally just do the emote. It's worth putting it on your like quick emote bar because we'll use it a couple more times. But when we do it at this spot, pretty much whenever you see like a wee dragon lad just sort of sitting, looking at something, chances are you probably have to use that emote. In this case, it warps you to Archdragon Peak. Woo woo! This place is absolutely bollocks, actually. It's full of a lot of quite tricksy little guys. These like sort of snaky, dragony, typey pyromancer, sickle wielding little lads, these guys. There's a couple of like jump scares here. There's a very cheesy gimmick boss, and there's a very well-known, quite difficult boss. Probably celebrated as the most difficult boss in the base game. So if that sounds good to you, let's proceed. There's actually like a little side bit. If we stick to the left here, just so we pick up these shinies, we've got some homeward bones there. And then round the corner here, we do have a lightning gem. If you were considering infusing your weapons with lightning, there's a couple bosses in this area, dragons, that are weak to lightning. All dragons in all Souls games are always weak to lightning. It's a good rule of thumb. Okay, and then as we come up here, this is your first kind of taste of how easily these snaky lads can really quickly gang up on you and overwhelm you, because they just seem to have infinite stamina, infinite combos on you, and their sickle does like a surprising amount of damage. So do not underestimate them. Try and fight them one at a time, and when that's not possible, two at a time, but like try not for not any more than that, or it just gets really crazy. The ones that do have shields, it gets better, can parry you as well. Isn't that fun? And you will see we have just picked up a bloodstain there because we did die because these guys are absolutely rubbish. Just destroying all these little cairns here. I do really like that this area is like sort of peppered by all these little cairns. It implies that a lot of people have made this pilgrimage to Archdragon Peak and then like made their little waystones like on the way. We did miss a little shiny here. Let's just go and grab that. Now that we've had a second to orientate ourselves just from the bonfire. Shiny here to pick up. Titanite chunk. So I believe definitely after this area we'll have enough to get our weapons to +10. But do make sure you pick up every chunk you can see. There's another one. Bloody hell. Because yeah, if we get our weapons to +10 before Nameless King, that's what you want. You don't want that guy to stay alive any longer than he needs to. Here's our first, is this the first one we found that's like one of the big guys? These guys are scarier, they look scarier than they are. They're really slow, you can circle around them, they're surprisingly easy to stagger. It's just a case of not, I guess, underestimating them, but like they're huge, so they're intimidating, so I don't know if you would underestimate them. I digress, they're big, but they're slow, don't worry about it, they're not that scary. Okay. We missed a shiny up there, but it's just a soul. We'll get it later. Before we pull the lever to go through, there's one more little snaky. See, look at the freaking damage. It's actually mental. More on that later. Down here, you can pick up the lightning clutch ring. So if you are using a lightning weapon, or if you're using like lightning offensive miracles, stuff like that, this ring will give you 15% more lightning damage from all sources. So that's, you know, miracles or weapon damage at the cost of taking 10% more physical damage. So it's like a risk reward kind of thing. 10% is nothing though. Right, here's the first boss of this area, first of two. This is the Ancient Wyvern. Wyvern? I think I would say Wyvern actually. This is dragon. What we're gonna do, you don't fight this boss normally. It's a gimmick boss, you have to land on its head. So we're just gonna ignore all the pickups. We can come back here later and pick them up when it's nice and safe. What we're doing here, oh my god. What we're doing here is we're trying to bait the dragon, the wyvern, into blowing fire into this room like so. So that'll help us just take out these first 3 guys. We can just keep running, but these snaky guys can really, really overwhelm you. So we're just trying to take them out as we go along. There's no great rush to do this part speedy, but doing it safely is worth taking time over. There's a pyromancer just behind us to be aware of. But once you get up the stairs, he's not going to give you any bother, but just to be aware of not getting hit by him on your way up. Yeah, he's chill. We'll get him later. Yep, up the stairs here. Round the corner, oh, we have an ambush. So be sure to take out the 2 of these before you go up the stairs, and we just end up pulling more. My god. So we almost die here to this one snake lad. Let that sink in. Archdragon Peak is meant to be a late game area. We're doing it at a quite good time, but if you are lacking in the vigor department, this might be your sign to come back here a little bit later after you've leveled up a bit, because these guys do crazy damage. Right, picked up a dung pie just there. What could it possibly mean? There's an ambush here on the left. This guy, if you there we go. If you go too far forward, he jumps out at you. So we're just going to make sure we're the only one that be doing any jump scares around here. And then here, there's a couple of guys up ahead. So we're going to get our bow out and try and see if we can pull just one of them. Managed to hit the mage. The big guy is coming gradually. We don't want to fight on this bridge because this bridge is right in the way for the wyvern's fire. The wyvern's fire. This is going really well. So we're pulling him all the way back here to here, and we'll fight him here. These guys remind me of Bloodborne enemies, you know, with like the axe on the end of the chain. Again, just like them, though, they're not to be feared. Just wait for an opening and then get a nice big combo in. They're surprisingly easy to stagger. Right, so we do still have the fire-breathing lad. There's one also behind us. Oh, there you go. Speak of the devil. And here comes the wyvern here as well. So we just hide around this corner. He gets knocked down, but he gets right back up again, man. It's so inspirational. So be aware of that, I suppose. No need to go back there and get those guys. We're just going to avoid that. And we'll get revenge on him later for trolling us. This guy in front of the fog wall here, now he's a bit annoying with his great shield. He's not the easiest to take out, so we're just going to roll around him and head straight for this ladder. As soon as you get to this ladder, you can kind of relax. I mean, don't get hit by the fire, obviously. Because no more snake men will jump out at you. We're just up here on these sort of scaffolding type situation. But we can head up this ladder and get this shiny. This is like the only shiny that we will pick up because it's perfectly safe to do so, and it saves us coming back here later. 2 Twinkling Titanite. You get an obscene amount of upgrade materials from this area. So if you were thinking of trying out any other weapons, it's a good place to do that. Some dev messages here telling you plunging attack. You do need to wait until the dragon is finished doing its fire breath attack, and then you can drop off RB or R1, hit it in the head, and it's a one-shot. You can miss this and fall and die. Take my word for it. I've done it before. I've been there. So just make sure, like, that you're aiming for the head and the dragon's not in the middle of an attack, and it's easy peasy once you get to that ladder part, basically. So that was Ancient Wyvern. Yeah, like I said, a puzzle boss, gimmick boss, however you want to call it. It's a good time. I like these kind of bosses where I like a one-on-one, and don't worry, we'll get a one-on-one, or rather a two-on-one later on, and it will be quite good. But I do like peppering in some of these sort of silly bosses as well. For beating the Ancient Wyvern, you get the Dragon Headstone. We'll also be able to get the upgraded version of this later on in this part of the walkthrough. So there's our second bonfire that we've picked up as well. So, welcome to the Dragon Mausoleum, is that what it's called? There's a couple bits of BS here. Number one, this sort of priesty lad, as you could hear from the sound effect, he is summoning friends, and those friends are quite, well, they're not pushovers, put it that way. So once he's summoned him, we do want to kill them. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm so sorry. We are going to go... I have done my research. I have watched this before, I promise. No, we're going back. Hold that note, hold that thought about the priesty guy, the summon guy. We'll come back to him. We're going back the way we just came to get revenge on this guy blowing fire at us in particular. But also we missed a couple of shinies because we did the right thing. We focused on getting to the end, taking out the wyvern. And now that the wyvern's not breathing fire at us constantly, we can proceed back the way. That's not proceeding. We can recede. We can recede and pick up all the shinies and that. So it's worth noting, obviously, we did not rest at the bonfire. We lit the bonfire, the second bonfire that we found, but we did not rest at it because, I mean, we've already spent the time killing half these guys and only half of them are still alive. So we've come back here not rested. We're very unrested, just like me in real life. Haha. So we had that big guy. Two more Titanite chunks, man. I don't think this is something that Charlie does, but we could definitely look into once we get our twin blades maxed. We should be maxing out our short bow or long bow, whatever it is we're using, because we are using it now and then, and you know, may as well. We've got so many upgrade materials. It's a shame for them all just to be useless. But it is worth as well trying out like different weapons if you wanted to. You could even level up a shield, have a wee shield on the side. You get absolutely spoiled here for candy, Titanite candy. 12 lightning bolts as well. We're not using a crossbow currently, but bolts are for a crossbow, arrows are for a bow. I always forget that like sometimes things like that aren't super obvious, so I forget to like point out things like that. But please remember, guys, in the comments below, nothing is a stupid question. That's the whole point of this walkthrough. It's a big scary game. So if you do have any questions, always remember there's no such thing as a stupid question. 2 more Twinkling Titanite down here. But yeah, I had someone ask recently, you know, why isn't my bow working? And I was like, are you sure you're using arrows? And I was like, I'm trying not to be patronizing, but like, it's very easily done, you know? It's the UI doesn't really help here. Okay, so that's where the wyvern was. There's nothing around this side, but there is on the other sides. Wee shiny there. There you go. Lightning urns. Throwables. Consumable throwables. And then a large soul. We've got loads of souls. We've actually sort of run out of things to do with souls. We've decided to cap our level. So we're not leveling up too high, not getting too overpowered, but you absolutely should continue to put points into your offenses and your defenses for sure. There's 2 embers here and some like poo here to pick up. And then if you go around the side of this carefully, over here there's a ring of steel protection, which is absurdly late in the game for this ring. Dark Souls 1 and 2 gives you this ring quite early. It's a physical damage reduction ring. So if you did want to pair this with, for example, a clutch ring, magic clutch, lightning clutch, fire clutch, whatever, it would negate the effects of the physical absorption debuff that it gives you. So yeah, and if you just want to wear it in general, it's always going to be a good ring in general because most things do some kind of pure physical or split physical damage. Coming out here backwards, we are just heading back to the bonfire now. You could use a homeward bone, or you could just run to the bonfire. It doesn't it doesn't really matter. I like, if it's not too far, I like saving them because you never know when you're going to run out of them. We're heading back to the Mausoleum. Yeah, Dragonkin Mausoleum, that's what it's called. I do forget sometimes all the little parts, like all the little areas, all the little bonfires and that. Right, okay, so back to what I was saying about Summoning Lad. Right, up here we have Summoning Lad. He has kind of like Homing Soul Mass type hexy dark sorcery it is. Magic around him, so you do want to make sure if you see the balls around him, they're going to home in on you, so sort of roll out of the way of them and then take him out. With him down, you want to kill him first before you go kill the guy that he has summoned. In this case, it is the Drakeblood Knight. Definitely kill the summoner first, because once you kill the Drakeblood Knight, the summoner will just summon him again. And it's brutal if you didn't know about that. So now you know about that. Here he is. So he has a great sword, and he does use a sort of like, oh, what's this like weapon art called? It's like huge for Elden Ring level 1. It's like Unsheath. Is this Unsheath? I don't know. He uses this kind of weapon art thing here on the go. So he like charges it up, and then he has combos, and he has, oh god. That was annoying that missed. It's just a thing that comes with fighting someone on the stairs. You actually want to be in the better position at the bottom of the stairs rather than on the top of the stairs, because sometimes your attacks can go over their heads. Yep, okay, wait for an opening, get a big combo in, and he is not too bad. He's got the crest shield on as well. We love to see it. He drops the Drakeblood Greatsword, which will be meaningful. Near the end of this episode, when we do a little bit of housekeeping, we will do something with this sword later on. Also, this altar here, we'll do something with that later on. Sorry that we don't do it now. We'll do it later. Another soul to pick up here. And once again, we did kill that guy, so we don't have to worry about that guy. Not this way. Where are we going? There is a little alcove that becomes a shortcut down here. It's kind of a useless shortcut. You're not going to use it, really. It exists to confuse you, I suppose. But it did serve us well in making us realize, if we look up there, that we did miss a shiny. There's a soul item up there. Just there, you can see just at the bottom of that archway there. It's just a soul, so we do go and pick it up. But it's no big deal. And then on this side, just along from the elevator, there's these two absolute buggers. Those of you who are eagle-eyed might notice that we did die to these guys. And I've cut it because it was bad. But you know what? They're not to be underestimated. They can heck you up. Over here by this gate, we do get the Dragon Slayer Spear. We can't open this gate until after the Nameless King. Don't worry, that'll come later. So instead, we just head down the stairs. It's the only way we can go. There's another one of these guys waiting to ambush us. Who will? So we'll get behind him and take him out before he can take us out. The only person who's going to take me out is me. Am I right? Gravity. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these ones with the great shields, especially for our sort of play style, our weapon style. It's annoying. And there's an enemy coming up later on that is especially annoying for this type of play style. But don't worry, we got you. We'll show you how to combat it. There we go. Not too bad. We have so many Estus flasks. So our strat is basically just like, yes, I will get hit. I'll kill them before they kill me, though. I have plenty of heals. And there's plenty of bonfires as well. Like, do not be stingy on your heals. Plenty of bonfires. We are going to get a plunging attack on this guy. Boom. Doesn't kill him. That would have been too kind. If our weapons were maxed, it might have killed him. And then head up here. There's another big guy through here. We're just going to head up the ladder, though. Oh, he's not even noticed us. He's just chilling. Okay, up here we have Thunder Stoneplate Ring. This is lightning defense. I forgot to look up the exact percentage. I think it's about 20%. Nameless King does lightning damage. I would recommend wearing that ring for Nameless King. Definitely pick it up. A couple of his hardest attacks to dodge are the lightning damage attacks. We're being a little bit sloppy here. We're being a little bit sloppy here. She took me a little bit too literally when I said not to worry about these guys. You should still worry about these guys. They can still heck you up. They're just slow. Continuing across the wooden walkway. This place is fairly linear, really. Get this crystal lizard here. If we sort of approach him from kind of almost the left, they'll run into the wall rather than running away. 3 Titanite scales there. You'll pick up quite a lot of Titanite scales in this area, potentially. So if you did have any boss weapons, you can use them to level up the boss weapons. Oh, nice jump. That was, oh, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. So you can do that if you like and pick up that soul, or you can just go around the corner and jump through the window and get it that way. We are going to pull these guys one at a time. They are not too scary. Just like the theme of everything in Dark Souls 3. They're not too scary by themselves. They are like sort of dragon crystal lizard type lads without the crystal. Dragon lizards, there you go. Dragon Titanite lizards. So they can, like if both of them rolled at you, they could knock you off the edge. They could heck you up. They could pin you against the wall. So one at a time. Never a bad idea. Here he comes. Oh, he's so cute. They're so cute. There's an enemy coming up ahead that is not as cute. It's bloody annoying, actually. So we're just enjoying fighting these guys for now. Because they're made of stone, they do have ridiculous physical defense, so they do take a wee while for us to slowly chip away at. They'll take a bit more damage from, I believe, lightning. Lightning damage for anything dragonkin. Speaking of dragonkin, oh god, here he is. Another Ancient Wyvern. Slightly easier than the last one. As you can hear, or rather as you can't hear, something's happened to the game, and this wyvern doesn't have any sound for some reason. So that was a bit odd. Oh, there he is, just showing you here. He does fly away, but don't celebrate, he does come back as soon as you get here. What we're going to do, though, is we're just going to try and fix the sound. Yeah, so you can hear, like, me hitting him, but you can't hear... Oh, I say me. You can hear she hitting him, but no. Let's just restart the game. Here we go. Okay, and we did die. So, if that ever happens to you, you can just restart the game, quit and reload, and the sound's all back to normal. Right, Wyvern. You can hit his feet. He does stomp. The stomps have ridiculous area of effect. It's a bad time. That's how we died. Every time he jumps into the air, just assume you have to run or roll off in the opposite direction. The best way to fight this guy is by hitting him in the head, which is not too hard to do for us with our twin blades. A lot of our attacks are quite high, like so. If you can get head attacks, if you can get head shots, he takes a lot more damage from the face than from the feet. And also, I feel like it's easier to avoid his attacks from the face than from the feet. So that's the way to beat this dragon. It's worth doing if you still need upgrade materials. He also drops a decent amount of souls. And also, if you're just that kind of person who's like, well, it's like a mini boss, right? I can't skip that. I have to defeat everything this game throws at me, you know? Then he's worth doing, obviously. But if you're not too bothered about any of that, it's totally valid just to run past him. He's not going to block your progress. But he's a bit of a pain to take out. But this is your sort of loop, just the fire breath. Like him sitting on the ground breathing fire is ideal. Him flying away, not ideal, but it does allow us to get a nice wee hit on the head. And that's him down. So yeah, a chunk, a Titanite scale, and a twinkling Titanite. So if you need any of those, it's worth doing. And yeah, like I said, decent amount of souls and bragging rights. There's two of these up here. Might have been nice to pull them one at a time, but because one of them rolled at us, we kind of have separated them a little bit. You can push them off the edge, or you can just sort of circle around them like so to get them one at a time. Oops. Oh, they're so cute, man. But yeah, that's those two. Another two up here. We have managed to just body pull one of them, thankfully. They do blend in, I guess, because they're just little rocky lads. They blend into the rubble, the rocks and the rubble. These have got a high chance to drop Titanite and wait, Titanite scales and Titanite, twinkling Titanite, that's what I meant. Rare upgrade materials, that's better. These have a chance to drop rare upgrade materials. This area. It's good though. I love Archdragon Peak. I think it's whimsical. The bosses are fun. The summoning lads, not fun. There's lots of little secrets to discover in this area. For example, we're just going to run right past this guy. Keep to the left. Keep very, very close to the left. We're going to go just sort of straight across. You can see that building there. That's where we're going. Don't pull the snakes. Up the stairs here. And this is a bonfire. I definitely recommend picking up this bonfire before you attempt to engage with whatever that summoning lad has summoned, because he can potentially summon a Ricard or Havel, both of which are going to heck you the heck up. So he's already summoned, so we'll go ahead and kill him. On future attempts, you might want to like wait until he summons and then kill him, obviously. Right, where's Ricard gone? Turns out he actually followed us outside, so we're just gonna go and try and find him. Where is he gone? Okay, there he is. He was a very, very keen bean and he followed us so far. So let's see if we can get him to come in here. We are not fighting out there. Good God. Absolutely not fighting out there. Right. Ricard's using Ricard's Rapier, which if you've used that in any previous Souls games, you'll know it has a weapon art that goes ch-ch-ch-ch. You'll see it in a second. It absolutely messes us up. This one! So be aware, it's very, very fast. It comes out before you can blink, really. That's Ricard. Let's go again. Let's go again. But we got the bonfire, so it's nothing to be stressed about. That was the whole point. We got the bonfire. All good. So, summoning lad, we need to wait for him to summon. So we'll just say, hiya. Wait for the ding-dongs. Ding-dong, please. Ding-dong, there we go. Okay, now we can kill him. He's going to summon... Ah, okay. So it has a chance to be Ricard, it has a chance to be Havel. Havel sucks. Havel really sucks for this build. He's very slow, but he is so tanky. He can sort of catch you out with his really slow attacks. They're so slow, in fact, that they can actually catch you out. He's quite easy to backstab. Backstabbing is probably the best way to deal with him if you are not sort of confident with parrying, because you can parry his one-handed attacks as well with relative ease if you get used to his timing. But backstabbing is the way. You want to dodge around the back of him and backstab. We do get sort of stuck here. Little panic. Miracle we didn't die. So there is NPC Havel. If we call this summoned Havel, there is an NPC Havel literally just around the corner from us here. Summoned Havel will only... there we go. Summoned Havel will only be summoned if real Havel is still alive. Otherwise, it'll always be Ricard. But if you haven't killed real Havel yet, it can be either or. Either one of them. So we're sort of hoping for Ricard because we're going to go and beat real Havel anyway. So we don't really want to waste our time with summoned Havel. So, yeah. Oh, nice. Really nice, like, sort of opening attack there. Just getting him to just walk into our combos and GG. It's so wild how he can just, like, absolutely walk on us 1 minute and then just be walked on the next. I don't know. Well, Ricard, once dispatched, will give you Ricard's Rapier. So you kind of see a theme emerging of every time you beat one of these summoned lads that are quite tough, they do drop their weapons, and they are weapons from you know, weapons of lore, like significantly important weapons that have cool weapon arts, or unlock something else in the game. Here we go, up here, up this ladder where this dragon corpse is Havel, and you can tell from this blood stain that we've been having a terrible time. As I mentioned before, Havel is the direct heckin' counter to our Dex Twin Blades build. We've swapped around a couple of rings. We have the crit ring for boosting the damage of our backstab. That's a must. And also Aldrich's Ruby, which restores a little bit of health every time we backstab as well. Okay, so this is a marathon, not a sprint. We are going to chip away at him really slowly. We're always going to expect him to have another attack in him, which is hard. He has infinite stamina. He doesn't have infinite poise though, which is why we have the crit ring. So there we go. Nice wee backstab. If we hit him enough, especially while he is blocking, we will break his poise and be able to get a critical attack on him as well. Yeah. 3 hits, 4, 5, and then the shield's up so you can't get behind him. It's just a case of staying patient. As soon as you lose patience and start getting aggressive, he's just going to two-hand that dragon tooth and one-shot you, really. Oh, when you see him raise his shield like this, he's doing the shield's weapon art, which is sort of like an iron flesh type buff. He looks like he's sort of sprouted lots of like heckin' caviar all over him. He's now two-handing his weapon as well, which is just a terrible time. He's now pretty much unstaggerable. He's got more defense. What we're just doing is just waiting for this to run out. It doesn't last too long. Oh, there's one of those really delayed attacks. The two-handed attack's really scary. And also the infinite freaking stamina. Okay, while he's blocking, we did get a hit in there, which was just the straw that broke the camel's back that we needed to break his poise. So if you see that, do capitalize on it. He sort of will be like, whoa, you hit me? Whoa, he looks kind of stunned for a little minute. That is your key to walk up to him, make sure you're not blocking, press RB, just as if you had parried him with a parry shield, and then you'll get a critical attack from that when you break an enemy's poise. Think of it as like if you get your poise breaking, like if you block and run out of stamina, your character like kind of staggers, you're also then open to a crit from that. But yeah, this is going pretty well. Just keep trying to get behind him. Sometimes the game will sort of glitch in your favor like that, and it sort of helps you out the rest of the way. Like, oh, did you want to let me help you there? Let me help you get behind him. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Straight behind him. We're actually almost not even that bothered about getting some hits in as he stands up, because he can just like turn around and pancake us like, whoop, really quickly. Yeah, the swinging. Oh, there you go. Another crit. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I would not recommend continuing to hit him while he's blocking, because all that will happen is that your stamina will drain. And he'll just attack you back. But if you get the odd hit in and that happens. Oh, there you go. There you go. Is that him? Yeah, that's him. Right, that's how you beat Havel with this build. And to be fair, it would work with any build, but it's definitely a patience game. So he's dropped his weapon and his shield, which look cooler than they actually are, in my opinion. But they are iconic. They're in every Dark Souls game. So, and then over here by the dragon, very important, we have a Titanite slab. So that's going to allow us to get our weapon from +9 to +10, and that is maxed out. Fantastic. Don't really know what we're doing over here. We're just taking in the sights. Dropping down here. What's down here? Why did we go down here? I think we are just taking in the sights. Oh no, there's a little Titanite rocky man with great magic barrier. Amazing. I didn't know that was there. Way. So that will give you incredible amounts of magic defense, which could be useful. I mean, it will be situationally useful, for sure. Oh, there's Rickard! He's back! We don't need to bother with him anymore. We've got the drop that we needed from him, so we will just say, see ya! And we've got Havel now as well. Fantastic. Yeah, so we'll just leave them. We're gonna press on. Our next place to go is just, unfortunately, past these snaky guys out on this courtyard. Now this is quite tricky, but here is how to easily deal with it, and also how to unlock something quite cool in this game. Firstly, we're going to pop an ember, which is not really something we've been doing a lot of, so we have a lot of embers. 48 of them. So we're just going to pop one of those. That will give us not only a large bar, but it will allow us to summon. So we can summon, if we're playing online, we can summon other players. But what we actually want is this guy over here, Hawkwood the Deserter. So if you've been chatting to Hawkwood, and he's like, oh, the Lords of Fire, oh, I could never. He is available here as a summon. He will help us greatly with all these guys just here. And also give us a nice little surprise at the end. So, summon him here. He has this sort of uppercut weapon art. Let's just say it's worth keeping an eye on Hawkwood here and noting his moves and maybe coming up with strategies on how you would counter them. Let's just say. But he's a huge big help here. It's quite tricky to clear out all these guys by yourself because they do gang up on you, they do overwhelm you. And God, even singularly, one by one, they can be a pain in the ass. So he's kicking some snaky butt. They're dropping large shards. We're going to get a heckin' combo out of here. Let's go. Oh, it feels good to combo this guy. Hell yeah. Hawkwood's a great tank. He's got this tiny little shield. Another large titty shard from that. Oh, 3 of them. 3 versus 2. Oh god, we almost die. Sheesh. Sheesh. Right, splitting them up seems like a good idea. Hawk is taking out one of them. We've got this one in the front. And there's a third one in the back. Here he come. Whoa, here he comes. Look out, Hawkwood, he's gonna hack you up. Whoa, here he comes. And then this guy was so heckin' polite. And he waited for us to kill the others before he came through. But he could very easily, if you had gone up the hill. Oh, there's a second one, by the way. He could have been pulled as well. So whenever you pull them back. Because there are millions of them. There's about 20 of them. Look at all the bodies. It's nuts. Hawkwood does need to survive, by the way. So there is a sense of urgency. There is a sense of you do have to be aggressive. We do not want him to die. Okay. With the last one dead, we're just going to go around here and pick up this cute little guy here. You can push him off the edge if you have enough stamina, which we don't. Never mind. Slowly. There we go. Oh, another Titanite scale. Yeah, we're just going to pick up this Dragon Chaser's asses. Asses? Oh my god. Chasing dragons' asses. We'll give that to the Shrine Handmaiden in the Firelink Shrine later on in this episode. We've got a few things to do back at Firelink. You'll notice here, Hawkwood is behaving strangely for an NPC summon, and he is leading the way. They do not normally do that, so that is your clue to follow him. He knows where he's going. He has taken the path of the dragon before. He knows what he's doing. So he comes up here to the top of the hill, and now I've got the Grand Old Duke of York in my head, and he has a wee sit. So you can see all these other dragons having a wee sit. This is your double clue to have a wee sit. So Hawkwood has deserted us, haha, and that's how you get the Twinkling Dragon Torso Stone. So there's Dragon Torso Stone, and then Twinkling Dragon Torso Stone, which is much better, does more damage, etc. And then there's Dragon Headstone and Twinkling Dragon Headstone, which we'll get in a bit. But yeah, that's how you get that, and that's how you progress Hawkwood's storyline, NPC storyline, questline. Right, fab. Yeah, doing this area without him kind of sucks. You need him anyway. If you are at all worried about his survivability, I get it. You could try and clear out a few of them yourself before taken him through it, but he's pretty sturdy. He does all right. Right, back to the bonfire. We're actually going to head back to Firelink Shrine now. We've got a couple things to do before we go after the Nameless King, because as I mentioned before, he's, without a doubt, actually, the hardest boss in the base game. So we're just going to do some housekeeping before we go and fight him. Firstly, we're going to Andre, who, since we hung out with Hawkwood, has now triggered this dialogue from Andre, said to give it to you. So he gives you this Hawkwood swordgrass. If you inspect this, it gives you a clue on where to go next. But we already know, so we'll just tell you. We're going to go to Reinforced Weapon, down to our Twin Blades, and get those to +9 and +10. Woo-woo! We actually have another Titanite slab, so if we did want to have a secondary weapon or a shield or, I don't know, a bow, one day Charlie might level the bow. God help me. No SS Flask shards, so we're done with Andre there. We do, however, have some dragon asses to give to the Shrine Handmaid. Dragon Chaser's ashes for her. So that'll expand her inventory. She'll have loads of these armor sets as well, boss armor sets to buy. One in particular that Charlie and I share a particular affinity for. Flippin' Dancer's armor. The coolest, in my opinion, armor set in the game. So we're going to pick that up. We're going to pick up some Carthus Rouge, fire buff for your weapon. Basically, so I mentioned this a couple times, but just to say it again, we have too many souls. We're, without being big-headed about it, because it's not even me playing, it's Charlie playing. Charlie is above average, like, way above average in skill for Dark Souls 3. So for an accurate representation of what a first playthrough might be like, we have now stopped putting souls into like our character's level. So we've got like loads of souls. We're dying far, far less than an average player would be. So we've got more souls. So we're not leveling up anymore. So if you see us doing odd things like, yeah, so we've got like 40 dex, 30 vigor, 30 endurance, which for Charlie, that's all she needs. So she's just literally going to go and blow 200,000 souls on buying fashion, which is, like, valid, to be fair. But what I want you to do is I want you to sort of look at how your playstyle is going. If you find that you're getting hit too much, you are running out of Estus, maybe you're wearing an armor set that you like, but it's really light and it doesn't have a lot of defense, level into vigor, right? Get more vigor. If you are in love with an armor set, like say the Dancer's set, if you're enjoying using a shield, etc., you definitely will need to look at getting more endurance, so you have more carry weight, and that'll also have the added benefit of giving you more stamina, so you can get more combos out of your Twin Blades as well. Yeah, more endurance, more stamina is a good thing. It can allow you to wear heavier armor, have more defenses. We're putting on the Dancer set at the minute, which, it just looks so good. Look at it, it's so good. You can actually get Dancer's swords as well to complete the set. Oh, we're a little bit fat here, so we're just going to take off the buckler that we still had equipped from frickin' Gundyr for some reason. And now we can medium roll once again. You do not want to be fat rolling. Always unequip anything you're not using. Don't have a bunch of stuff equipped you're not even using, because it's a waste of, like, you're just losing iframes for no reason when you're rolling. Yeah, so level up stamina. And if you're cool with the two of those and you're like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm good for survivability, literally just dump your points into dex, because that's just going to make you do even more damage. Stuff is going to die faster. And if stuff dies before you do, then it's, it's good going. That's what's meant to happen. But at the minute, Charlie's happy, and I agree with that, because, we don't want it to be, we want it to be an accurate representation of what a first playthrough might look like. Okay, so it's time for Nameless King. So his first phase is different to his second phase. I don't know why I'm worried about spoiling it. I'm literally telling you how to do it. First phase, he starts off on his dragon. The dragon is, of course, weak to lightning. So we have some gold pine resin on our bars for phase 1. Oh, sorry, to start the fight, we'll go and pull this. Very cool cutscene. I'm just going to let it play. So yeah, phase 1, weak to lightning. Phase 2, you fight the king himself. His weapon is infused with lightning. Oh, sorry, phase 1. Yeah, offensively, we're using lightning. Defensively, the dragon breathes fire. And the Nameless King uses lightning. So if you're looking to change some rings up, I recommend the, lightning stone plate ring, or the flame stone plate ring, to get you some elemental defense, as well as the physical one. And then phase 2, you fight the king himself, Mano el Mano. He does lightning damage. So again, the lightning stone plate ring is just worth equipping for this fight, I feel. But he himself is weak to dark and fire. So we have charcoal pine resin for fire damage to buff our weapon for phase 2. Also phase 2, the strategy, the hitless strategy, the level 1 strategy, is to just use a crossbow. So if you are having a bit of trouble with phase 2, you can cheese him fairly easily just by staying at maximum range and peppering him with crossbow bolts. He does nothing. He doesn't dodge. He does nothing. It's great. Okay, traversing the fog. We're going to immediately put on... oh no, we're not. Well, you would. We're not. But you would put on your gold pine resin to go and fight the King of the Storm. But what we're going to do is we're just going to show you some attacks. Sprint. That'll come up again, don't worry. We're just going to show you some attacks before we start attacking the dragon, because once you start going for it, especially with gold pine resin, it goes down really quickly. So a couple of attacks you've just seen there. The wind attack is quite rare, so just on that, first of all, it is a gust of wind, a wall of wind that you can roll through, but if it does hit you, it doesn't do terrible damage. When you see the dragon pull its head back to the side, to his left, that is going to be a fire breath attack. That is the best possible attack that gives you a window to attack the head. And we're always going to be attacking the head. It can be quite tricky. Actually, the trickiest thing about phase 1 is that you're going to be targeting the head, but you have to keep your camera unlocked so you can pitch up and see what the Nameless King himself is doing. Because even if you're clear of the dragon, you need to make sure he's not trying to stab you with his spear as well. When he takes off into the sky like so and charges up a lightning attack, as long as you are looking away from him and sprinting, his lightning bolt will never hit you. It's an odd one. But then as he comes down to earth again, that is a precision roll that you will have to dodge. This attack is particularly difficult because it has such a huge area of effect, which is where your lightning defense can come in handy. So it's a tight timing on the roll. Right, the gold pine resin's going on. We're going for it. Heading round from the fire, getting a couple hits in. We did lose the camera there behind like his wing or something. Hardest part is definitely controlling the camera. Definitely. You can go between locking on and unlocking. Just always perfect. Okay, so we did enough damage to the head there to get this crit, which does a huge amount of damage. Dragon is almost down. But yeah, main thing to keep in mind here is to always keep an eye on Nameless King via locking and unlocking. We had a little second there just as the dragon was dying to make sure that our health was topped off. And we do get ample opportunity after the cutscene to heal as well. Look at those, oh my god, look at the veins on those thighs. Like, dragon riding must be a very good exercise, I don't know. But yeah, as we enter phase 2, it's very kind, it's very generous with the time that it gives you to just sort of heal and rebuff, which is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to pop on our charcoal pine resin so that we're doing fire damage to him, taking advantage of his weakness. So now it's Mano el Mano. Literally what we're going to do is stay right up close to him. He gets a bit scarier at medium range, and then as I mentioned before, long range, he's a pussy, but we've got no way of hitting him. Well, that's an attack that he can do. His other attack that he can open with is a charge, a thrusting charge. But he did the projectile, I suppose. Right, here we go. Waves of wind, walls of wind. We can roll through. We are gonna dodge, 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 and then hit once. Because we don't have enough stamina to keep going. So dodge, and then when you're sure that he's done, we get one attack in. There'll be very rare opportunities where we can get more than one attack in. Oh, very close down there. Okay, that was bad because we started attacking like before he had even attacked. He always goes first. So dodge, dodge, round the side, and then hit, dodge. That's a bit different. Dodge, hit, dodge, dodge, hit. And we got a stagger. Very good. So if you can keep up the offense, you know, and you're not like spending time running away from him, etc., he will stagger quite quickly. That is a big AoE with a 4-point sort of star that comes out of it. When he charges up in the middle, it's going to be a homing lightning bolt on you. This stomp, again, massive AoE. We're not taking huge amounts of damage from these attacks, but it is enough to stagger you and give him a window to then hit you with his weapon. So if all you're getting hit by is the AoE from this, you're fine. Just make sure you're back on track to hit him again. Oh. Okay, right, so we're gonna dodge this one. It'll go crack, crack, and then you roll. That's the timing there. And by crack, I mean the lightning will crack. I knew what I meant. That was a good dodge on that one. What I'm gonna do... Right, okay, that's Nameless King down. What I'm gonna do is I'm quickly going to replay a couple of his attacks in particular that I found quite difficult to explain. So first of all is the, yes, the lightning crack, the targeted lightning crack. He will charge up, very obviously, a lightning-based attack. He does a little roar. Listen out for the sound effect, because he sort of like thrusts his weapon into the sky. There'll be a crack and then a beat, and then you roll. That's the timing for rolling that. For those of you who have played Elden Ring, it's a bit like Draconic Tree Sentinel, how he has a similar attack. That's what helped me learn it. Learning a different boss helped me learn this boss. Okay, the next attack I want to talk about is this one, where he summons almost like a big ball of lightning into the arena that then splits into 4. So this one you can notice is a bit different to the targeted lightning strike in that it's charged up and unleashed very quickly. And he'll slam down his spear onto the ground. Then at the point where the spear hit, you want to make sure that you're always watching that point. Don't turn around. We're then going to start dodging to the side because it can be difficult to predict like where the points are going to come out. This like star-shaped like 5 points of lightning are going to come out from that point. But if you're dodging to the side, you should be able to sneak into a space in between 2 of the bolts. And the rest is just keeping your cool, finding appropriate points to heal because you will be taking a lot of chip damage from the lightning AoE. And also just he is a hard boss. So don't be despaired if it does take you a few tries. Like I said, he is the hardest boss in the base game, so when you do defeat him, it is elation. It is well deserved and well done. It feels great. Okay, Heir of Fire destroyed, Soul of the Nameless King. Fantastic. We do get another cutscene of this arena turning back to normal. That was the second and final boss of Archdragon Peak, and that is this side area done. We've got a couple things just to sort of, you know, pick up, some fun things, some little Easter eggs, I guess. I don't know if you can really call them Easter eggs. Secrets, I suppose, in the Dark Souls series. Secret things to find, to discover, to collect. One of which that we missed earlier. One of which is now available after beating Nameless King. Hey, there we go. Cutscenes look so good now. Look at the booty. Oh my god. I mean, wood. Alright. Now that this arena is all free of stormies, back this way, we can actually pick up an ember. Fun fact. But if we head on down, this actually connects up to... Oh, forgot the bonfire. This actually connects up to the first area with the first guy that ever did a wee heckin' cheeky summon, which is kind of cool. We've got another Titanite slab there, so we've actually got like two now, two spare ones. I mean, not bad. It's worth picking up. So that was two Titanite slabs that we found in this area. Yeah, pretty good. We're in the end game now, I suppose. Just right here. Don't miss this because this is the Dragon Slayer set. So you can dress up like Ornstein from Dark Souls 1. Oops, sorry, I mean Old Dragon Slayer from Dark Souls 2. Oops, sorry, I mean Dragon Slayer armor from Dark Souls 3, which we haven't actually fought yet, but we will in the next part, actually, come to think of it. Right, okay, next thing we have to do is in this room, just down in the bit down there, because we forgot to do it before. We do have another Drake Blood Knight kicking about. I don't know where he's gone, but we're just quickly gonna go here to this altar. Here's your clue. The little dragonkin lads having a wee sit at the altar. If we also have a little sit, we are awarded Calamity Ring. And as you can see before us in this sort of like gap just behind the altar, there's like a big black dragon statue, perhaps Calamite, who gives you the Calamity Ring originally. Calamity Ring is it's not helpful, it's unhelpful. It reduces your absorptions by 100%, essentially makes you take double damage. Next, we're going to go to the Pit of Hollows to pick up something we forgot to get. This is the Sunset Armor. And we're going to go pick up the Sunset Shield as well. If we travel to just before Firelink Shrine, so it is the Udix Gundyr bonfire. I'm going to pick up the shield. The Sunset Armor and Shield are available after you help Cirrus kill her granddad, Hodrick. This is Hodrick's armor. We did this a couple of episodes ago, but we forgot to pick up his drops. So this is a questline that was available for conclusion after you beat Aldrich. So we're just sort of, I guess, tying this off once and for all. There's the shield just there. Right, cool. So back to the bonfire. Next on our list is we're going to teleport to Osiris, the Consumed King. So it's in the second tab, which is weird because it's like late game area, but it's in the second tab. Consumed King's Garden. So if we go back, forward. God. If we go forward from the bonfire, just a little bit into this next area, heck these snake lads, heck them all. Heck you all. You can see a new shiny has appeared here. So this will appear after beating the Drake Blood lad that got summoned. Remember, we got his sword. If you beat him, then this shiny appears here, which awards you the Drake Blood armor set. So that's that done. Next, back to the bonfire. We're going to travel to the Old Wolf of Farron, heading to the area where we first fought the little stray demon guy. So that is up the elevator and then sort of up the stairs and round. There's now a shiny here too. Whoa! This is available after beating Havel. So we beat Havel in Archdragon Peak. We got his weapon and his shield, but we didn't get his armor. His iconic armor set. The heaviest armor set in Dark Souls 1. The second heaviest armor set in Dark Souls 3. But it is iconic. It is, he is just the boy. He is always there for you, you know? Always there to flatten you. But that is just here. You can pick up Havel's armor set. Right, heading back to the bonfire once again. We're going to teleport this time to the Abyss Watchers. And it's time to conclude our business with Hawkwood, who is here hanging out with these lads, using their weapon. As you can see here, the swordgrass that Andre gave us, it says, "Come to the Mausoleum in Farron. Only one can take the path of ancient dragons." There can be only one. He really hit us with the Highlander, and he's like, "Nah, man, I know we had a good time together, but getting serious here, like, that's my thing. The path of the dragon, like, what makes you think that you can do it?" So he wants to, well, yeah, he wants to Highlander you. He wants to Kurgan you. And he has totally changed. It's like meeting us has turned him from a crestfallen knight into someone who kind of believes in himself, you know? It's quite sad. Imagine an NPC questline in Dark Souls being quite tragic. So when you do take him down, he admits we are the true dragon. The princes of the universe. And he gives you the twinkling dragon headstone. So he kind of gave us both of the twinkling parts, didn't he? He gave us the torso and then he gave us the head. So he gave us the head. Incredible. So now we actually have all four. The twinkling versions are better. They do more damage, etc. I'd love to do a Dragonstone only run of Dark Souls 3. That would be a great time, probably. Okay, with that done, we're heading back to the Firelink Shrine. That was kind of our last on our list of things to do. So that's a few quest lines sort of neatly tied in a bow. Once again, we're just going to blow a bunch of souls on some fashion because we don't really know what else to spend them on, really, but you should put them into either health, endurance, or dexterity, whatever you feel like you want to have more of. Right, time to head back to the main storyline. We had a couple of like side areas there, but we're going to the Dancer of the Boreal Valley. We're going to tackle Lothric Castle. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe if you want to see the next part first. If you like the video, then I like you, and I'll see you in the next video.